We'll take a general look at data structures in Python because the next 4 chapters are going to be about them. Data structures enable you to store, access, and manipulate data, and it will be a good thing to look at the terms and concepts associated with them. Data structures in Python can be categorized as built-in or user-defined. Built-in are the ones that come with the language, and we're going to look at 4 of these data structures in the coming chapters, that is strings, lists, tuples, and dictionaries. User-defined are the ones that are created from built-in data structures, and much later in the course, we will be doing 2 data structures, stacks and queues, which are created from the built-in data structure lists. Data structures in Python can also be categorized as sequences and mappings, and we are going to look at 3 sequences, strings, lists, and tuples, and 1 kind of mapping, which is dictionaries. So the sequences is a group of items with a deterministic order, and the order in which we put them in is the order in which we get an item out from them. In a mapping, on the other hand, there is no sequence. Instead, there can be keys which can be mapped to values using a technique called hashing. We look at 2 examples of sequences. One is a string, the other is a list. The string hello world is given an index starting from the first letter, which is assigned 0, and it goes to the end. The last exclamation mark is given the index 11. The space is also given an index, and this is the forward index. In reverse index, we start from the end by giving the index -1 and decreasing it as we go towards the left. Now, in the list, we have items, and each item is given an index starting from 0 in the forward index. In the reverse index, we look at the last item, and it's given the index -1 and goes decreasing as we go towards the left. Another concept in data structures is mutable and immutable. And the mutable data structures we are going to look at are lists and dictionaries. There's immutable data structures like strings and tuples. Now, a mutable object can change after being created, and we'll see that we can change a list and dictionary by adding and updating elements in both. An immutable object, however, cannot be changed after it is created, and we'll see how strings and tuples cannot be changed, and even if we make some changes, the original data structure will remain the same. Functions and methods are used to manipulate data structures. Functions are generic, so we just have to give their name and pass the variable name of the data structure as an argument, and it will return a value. So for example, the len function returns the number of items or the length of the data structure. So if we say len string name, it will give us the number of letters inside the string. Len of the list or tuple or dictionary will return the number of items in these data structures. Methods are specific to a data structure, and they work only for that particular data structure. Now, this is because each data structure behaves like an object, and the methods are like functions which work for that object. Whenever we use a method, we have to write the name of the data structure followed by a dot or a dot operator, and then give the name of the method. In the coming chapters, we look at very specific methods for each of the data structures.